We British. we, we definitely don't talk about emotions, and I come from a family that we don't express ourselves. We don't get words into what I'm feeling. With my grand dying, it made me realize that loved ones don't have a clue about death. If we don't talk about death, when it gets put on the table, you go through this physical shock because you've never actually thought about your loved one dying. I think my grandmother started me on this journey. When she was nearly 80, she got diagnosed with colon cancer. And she was quite happy not to have any op because this was the end. And the doctor said, no, well, if you don't have the op, you're going to have a very bad death. None of her children could let her go. So she had the op, and then she had a colostomy. And for my gran, it was very prim and proper. And then the cancer came back, so she had the next op. And then she had cancer again, and then the doctor says, no, well, sorry, she's too weak, we can't operate. And so now, and so they said hospice, and our family were quite ashamed. That they'd sort of failed, that hospice now is going to come in. And so the sister came, and it was absolutely amazing. That nursing sister brought us all together. And it ended up being such a beautiful healing experience. This is not sadness. It is really overwhelming gratitude and joy and love. Having been a registered nurse for almost 40 years, when I nursed the elderly, everyone was my gran. I nursed them like my gran. To surrender and let somebody care for you is a big mind shift. We like to care for others, but when it's your turn and you're able to realize how beautiful it is, it really is nice. Feeds the soul for the carer and the person being cared for. I think death is an extremely personal thing. We've got the medicines, we've got the operations, we've got the chemo, and you've got all these choices to make to prolong life. But there comes a point when you're prolonging death and not life, but each one needs to know where that line is for them. We are so unique and so different that it's important that each person finds out what's important for them. To come to terms what this death means and to think about it, and later you can actually hear the music coming, and at the end you dance with that music. Death is giving us a gift by teaching us to love in the moment. Trust and just love unconditionally. And so you're able to love somebody to the absolutely fullest, even knowing that they're going to be dying, and especially that they're dying. All the makeup goes away. All the material possessions fall away. They have a moment to be authentic and to be accepted and not judged. And it is so liberating, where they can just be themselves without judgment. My life is teaching me is just to let go and not take things so personally. I'm so grateful for this insight, for having been a nurse and having thought about the big questions. What is life about? Who am I? What do I want? To forget all the material things, it's all about feelings. What are you feeling? To understand who you are and embrace who you are. Death puts it all in perspective, because you've got now to really enjoy and do the most that you can. Death has taught me about life. We only die once, but we live every day.
Thanks for watching this film. All the stories we've made over the last 2 years have only been possible because of the support that we've received from our patrons on Patreon. So if you'd like to help us keep these stories coming, then check out our Green Renaissance page in the link below. Thanks a lot. Want to take this?